A wizard is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
What about second breakfast?
You shall not pass!
Thanks to all our active patrons who have contributed a lifetime of $100 or more to reach Garuk Dong level status.
Here is the list of those special patrons in order of contributions.
If you would like to support our show, check out the Commander Smiths at patreon.com. Ooh, welcome to the late Commander Smiths.
We are the late Commander Smiths.
I'm Adam Smith.
And I'm late Lowry Smith.
Don't worry.
We're cousins.
This is episode, 279, and it's one of those really special episodes that we do every once in a while. God, I gotta get the button ready. Where is it? There it is. There's Secret Lair. It's a secret. It's a secret. Yeah. So we got basically, because I wasn't expecting a freaking super drop again. Like, we just got done with the super drop. So I thought it was going to be just the Lord of the Rings, which I'm kind of happy that it is a super drop, because that Lord of the Rings drop is garbage. Like,
That's garbage.
oh my God. They just are like, they're feeding off of, hey, well, we'll get into it a little bit when we get to this segment. But seriously, it's like, hey, you guys like Lord of the Rings? How about we give you everything and it's not even over $1, even in foil? Like, whatever. It's stupid.
It's a rough one.
Yeah, especially coming from like uber Lord of the Rings nerds. I'm just like, yeah, I'll get it, but fuck.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I clearly. All right.
Yeah.
We're already getting into the segment, and that's okay. What are we doing today, Lowry?
Yeah, there we go.
I don't really know because I just got here. But
literally, this is probably the fastest we didn't talk much beforehand. It was like 3 minutes in. All right.
I told the story of why I was late. And
hey, why were you late? Did you go to a parade or something?
I went to a parade with like a marching band stuff. My wife likes that stuff. The kids like it. And it was an hour away.
I was supposed to join you, but
things got busy
with work and continuing education and all that stuff. So yeah.
Then you would have been late too. Yeah. So
then we can just blame you. So what are you drinking tonight there? I see you got your Coke going there.
My beer, I might have to go get another one because I'm thirsty. But tonight I am sponsored by Mr. Hockey. I'm drinking a Barrel Theory beer company, Chaz Michaels.
Oh,
it's a double dry hopped IPA with Simcoe and Simcoe Cryo hops, 7.3%. It's one of them big beers. You can only drink these if you are secure in your masculinity because it makes your hands look real small.
You got Donald Trump hands there?
No, it's just a big can. Yeah. I have regular sized stumpy hands. I do have
small hands.
Sausage fingers, as AJ once said.
I'm drinking it's a Gnome Gang Belgian style blonde ale. This one's 9.5% alcohol. It's an OMG series, and this is, where is it from again? Shoot. Oh, Cooperstown, New York? No.
Cooperstown?
It's Cooperstown, but it also has Kansas City, Missouri in there. I don't know. Oh no, the top does say Cooperstown, New York. Yep, but the can had gnomes on it, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
It could be two companies coming together to work together.
Yeah. So it says, Ted said you look spiffy with your trimmed beard there, Lowry. You haven't trimmed it in like 3 months. What's going on? 2 months, probably a month and a half. It's just shading into your neck. Maybe that's what it is.
It could be it. Because this is.
There you go. Yeah, there. So yeah, basically this is all Secret Lair. We're not doing, because it's a super drop again. We are just an FYI. Friday we're going live again. So those of you that like to watch live or want to watch the YouTubes and stuff, that's going to be on Friday. We'll be doing a little bit of a finance thing again. We're going to probably jump into the Lord of the Rings stuff. Maybe not one last time, but we're going to talk about, because the prices are what we predicted they were going to be. There's a couple surprises, I guess. We'll see if that stays that way, but we'll get into that on Friday. So we have this Monday live cast, and if you're listening to this on Wednesday, if you're listening to the audio part or whatever you watch us, we're also going live on Friday. So 2 times this week.
And the audio should be normal the next Wednesday.
Yeah.
If you're not. So
but we will not be live.
Don't worry about that.
We will not be live next Monday. So
correct.
We're hitting the vacation month, which is July for us, and we're having to juggle a lot of things. So the best thing I suggest is that you either get in the Discord or subscribe to YouTube, because that is the best way you'll know when our stuff is going live and what's happening and all that. Because there is a community tab on the YouTubes, and we can update there. I was about to, but then you showed up. So I was like, hey, we're still waiting. Lowry's here. But there's a way, like when we had your technical difficulties on our box openings because your internet was out, yes. I did update on YouTube there. So if you aren't a part of the Discord, that is another way, because we haven't given up on Twitter, but I mean,
I have.
Yeah, I am. No, you do sometimes post your spotlight stuff. You're like, hey, I'm live.
Oh,
right
that's true,
now.
because it's like one button.
Yeah,
I don't have to write anything. It's just
I'm live.
One button.
Right now.
I'll do that. Yep.
But other than that, yeah, really, it's just the post in there. And we stopped the voting there too. If you follow us on Twitter, don't unfollow us. I mean, you can, but whatever. Anyways, is this the tags? This is the tags. Let's just get to the tags, because we got to get into the Secret Lair stuff. Oh, we got a Cypress just subscribed. All right, I didn't know that we had subscriber notifications on this.
Right, because nobody subs during our thing. We appreciate you, Cypress.
Yeah, Cypress, thank you, buddy. You get a little...
Okay. We do have staple verses as well. It's going to be Adam is City of Brass, and I'm going to be Ancient Tomb, and we will fight to the dualness. So it's not going to be the death. That's aggressive.
But that's a good point. We also have
the
results
aggressive
of the vehicle tournament too. So
did we figure that out? Because we did not talk about that pre.
No, I mean, because all it was just the vehicle. I just give the results. So
okay,
I'm giving the results. It's pretty easy. That's going to be
we
first.
Can do
that. Well, we're doing Secret Lair first, results of the tournament next, and then we finish with our staple versus stuff. So it won't be a 2-hour episode.
It likely won't.
No, this is gonna be a quick one because we have another one on Friday. So that's why.
Right.
Okay, so that's it. I don't know.
I'll make it go an hour and a half at least, though.
You guys can become a patron by financially supporting our podcast by becoming a patron. $1 or more gets you into the Discord. $5 or more gets you proxies each month if you so choose. The higher you move in those tiers, you can get foil proxies like this fun one right here. And that reminds me, I have the new foil proxies for this month, or proxies are going to be coming out here shortly, but here was last month's. It is the Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and I just threw that. That is actually Quinn's
good one.
Prize. I still got to get to him that after he beat you with Stump the Smith Savant.
He beat me another way, too.
Oh,
that was Pride Month.
That was a good one, Lowry. That was good.
Just kidding. JK, LOL.
The other way financially you can support the show is by donating on these live streams. If you donate, you can make us take Malort shots. You can make us take bean boozleds. The hot beans are everywhere but the live podcast because they are just brutal. But that you're making us suffer, but then you're also helping us out by donating money there. So those are the two ways you guys can financially support the show. Another way you can kind of financially support the show is by watching us on YouTube and subscribing to YouTube, because every time you click on one of our videos and you see those little ads pop up, you don't have to click on the ads. You can if you want to, but just watching those, waiting till the seconds are done and then skip, it still generates, a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny, which, enough people watching and we get some stuff there. So if you haven't yet subscribed, like our boy here, Cypress, that just did that while we were doing this, subscribe to YouTube there. That helps us out. We do a lot of stuff during on our YouTube. Last week was probably our most videos we've ever put out in 1 week.
It was a lot.
So
it was a lot.
Here was last week. Curated MTG twice, right? Then we had, I believe yours was first. Yes, it was. Set booster box you opened up from the Lord of the Rings. Then we went into the, the upgrades to the commander decks. So we did all four of those.
All of them.
You could check all four of those out. And then I did the 3-part series, the Fellowship of the Ring, the Return of the King, or the Two Towers and the Return of the King, opening 2 collector booster boxes each time of the Lord of the Rings. And then we did battle boxes. So last week was pretty insane. And it was, I'll tell you this, if you haven't watched it yet, battle boxes goes to the box topper. Like, that's a little spoiler, but we go even. So that's pretty sweet how we finished that up. So,
close.
So that's the benefit if you subscribe to YouTube. I think that's it with that. You can also check us out on TikTok. You can also check us out on Moxfield. That's where you can see a lot of those decks that we make. And you can go to Twitter and do whatever there, or the Commander Smiths there. But you can direct message us there, or you can direct message us by shooting us a email at commandersmiths@gmail.com.
You didn't even ask me about my curated for tomorrow. I went and just found it.
Oh,
That's what I was doing.
I was just pushing through it. This is the first time I skipped you on the curated because we had so many videos.
No, I kind of feel
what is your
I have it ready.
What is your curated?
Tomorrow's going to be, it's going to be Trade Wind Rider.
Which one is that? Is that the blue and green one?
No, it's just blue, but it has flying, and then you can tap it and tap 2 other creatures you control to return any.
Oh wait, was this
permanent?
Was this
to somebody's hand? This
was part of your upgrades, wasn't it?
Oh,
no, like for the commander deck. No,
I just, it's from the.
Or am I just pulling it out of my ass?
Saint Trafton Rim.
Oh, okay.
That I just put together 2 weeks ago.
Oh, never mind. I'm just making stuff up.
Yeah, just pulling it out of your ass. That's
all
fine.
right, ass pulling right
Got
there.
Got it. That's what I'm going to do tomorrow, though.
All right.
I think should be.
All right, sweet.
Maybe.
All right, cool.
What are we doing?
What are we doing now? We are going to we're going to Secret Lair. Let me get to that, and then I hit the button.
Look at that. Flying.
And we're gonna get to our Secret Lair, and the big button. Here we go.
Secret Lair Breakpoint. It's a secret.
All right, so we got the Secret Lair, gang. It's the next Secret Lair big super drop. I guess I don't do
Summer super drop.
Summer 2023 super drop, whatever. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be just the Lord of the Rings, to be honest with you, because they would do the super drop and then you do a little drop and then a little drop and then a super drop. We just got done 2 months of one super drop that literally ended yesterday, and now we are starting up with another big super drop. I'm not complaining because, one, if it was just the Lord of the Rings drop, this would have gotten just shit on. I'm just foreshadowing, but this is...
let's just... I mean, do you want me to just start doing it?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say, I'm glad they did the super drop because it gives us a lot of other things, which there's actually some decent stuff in these. Again, though, what it seems they've done is heard the complaints of too many Secret Lair drops. I didn't mind them as much, but now instead they're not having as many, and they're just putting them out for, as you can see on here, 62 days, 4 hours, 6 minutes and 41 seconds. So these are out for 2 months instead of the typical month or whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind this way though either.
Yeah. No,
Like
I
just
don't
having to giving me enough time to sit down
and decide if you want to buy
gives,
or whatever.
I'm sure it gives people enough time to save up a little bit money if they want to, and
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll figure out like shorten the time periods, figuring out how many, like how long it goes type thing.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a wave for about 2-3 weeks and then it dies down. I can see them stopping that there.
Yeah. And then then you probably get the last minute people too at the very end to pick up.
Yeah, but those are just procrastinators, and they'll procrastinate until the end, but the end can be vague. Like it doesn't matter when the end is, they'll just do it at the end.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So let's not talk about the bundles yet. Let's save that for the end. But let's get into the horse shit that is, and I don't normally say this with Secret Lairs.
You don't?
And it's my baby, Lord of the Rings too. Why? Okay, really quick. Why the fuck do they have there's a lot of swearing because I'm kind of angry about this. Why do they even have this option here? Because they have this bundle option, and I should say this for the
foil
the
and
audio.
non-foil.
Yeah, but they have this bundle option of adding the foil and the non-foil together. There is no discount in this option. It's why even have this bundle there? Because all you have to do is click, I order this foil one and I order this non-foil one, and it's the exact same price. Like, this doesn't even need to be here. Anyways, that's beside the point. So let's dive into the first Secret Lair. We're gonna pull up the foil one. Lowry's gonna go through the cards. You just know that all of these are $40 for the foils. Everything we talk about when we're doing this is $40 for the foils, $30 for the non-foils. Okay, so that being said,
so
let's get
this one is More Adventures in Middle Earth bundle, and this is based on, the art is based off of the like 1980s Lord of the Ring cartoon movie that some people have a strong nostalgic tie to. And that's what I'm hoping that they're trying to get. And that's you or just anybody that fanboy Lord of the Ring cards. But the cards are,
they just came out.
Slip on the Ring. Yes, all of them just were printed in the Lord of the Ring sets. So
They've been out
nothing
for
new here.
3 days technically. Like the technical
That's
release
was
Friday. So these have been out for 3 days.
It's Slip on the Ring, which is a common.
20.
I'm in the wrong one. Okay, Gandalf, Friend of the Shire, which is an uncommon. Nothing special. Then you have Mirror of Galadriel, which is an uncommon from the set, which is
Yeah.
Shire Terrace, a common from the set.
And that's it. Don't go any further because there isn't any. There's those 4 cards.
That's it.
That's it. That's
it.
it. None of these none of these are rare. None of these are mythic. None of these are over 25 cents. Even for the foil. Like what?
So
what is going on?
It's all
here?
nostalgia right now.
Like I was talking with Ted separately because we were talking about trading and stuff because we both, I'm trying to get the full set of the Lord of the Rings stuff. There's like first set ever that I'm trying to get.
Does this count?
No,
this counts, doesn't it?
It does not. But what? Like I was like, oh, there's definitely the One Ring is going to be in this. They showed they showed the Gandalf, Gandalf Friend of the Shire. Like they showed that as like last week. I was like, okay, that's not a good card to have in there, but whatever. They're going to put it like the One Ring in here. What? This is
like the One of One Ring?
No, the One Ring.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like the card itself, the One Ring.
But they're already putting it in the bundles.
Sure, but why not? That at least gives this value here, and it's people know that and all. Like you get the cartoon version of the ring.
I'm not going to buy this based off of hoping for the One Ring. Maybe hold on, maybe that's what the bundle's all about.
What
the 4 and 4 on the bit?
What do you mean? No, you get all those in the bundle.
I don't know, but if you're saying you have the bundle, that's the 4 and the 4, the foil and a non-foil. Why is it there?
What do you think that what's going to be there?
Maybe there's something special in that one.
Oh, no.
That would be the bit right there, right?
They're gonna bundle though. They're gonna do exactly what they don't print it like that. They're not gonna print the bundles separately. Like
you're asking why did they do that, and I'm just giving an option for what could be happening.
No, this is
because they're not going to do anything special in this one thing. I don't think it's going to be anything.
There's gotta be.
What are you going to do?
The One Ring has to be in there. Like if it isn't in there, then
it's not.
Then what are they fucking doing?
maybe it's the 9 Nazgul.
Aku said, "Well, so far we saved $40."
Right.
Like,
this is a bad get.
Hopefully
it does state that shipping starts in like August, so like at the end of this.
Right.
Hopefully from the last one, they just ship it whenever they can. And then we can see if there's a special card. They're not.
No, because the thing is, on the other ones, they said they were shipping it right away. So the fact that they're saying this ships in August, there's no like, oh, I hope it ships earlier than that. No, the other ones all said they were shipping the next week, like starting shipping. So like that was my hope too. And then, who was it? I think it was Jacuzzi or Renshai or Ted or somebody was like, nope, it says August. I'm like, motherfucker, because I was hoping at least to order it and see, oh yeah, the One Ring's in there. Cool. Maybe it makes it worth it. But even that, I don't think that saves this. I don't think there's a card.
It's like a break even type thing.
Yeah, that doesn't save this. Like
this is real bad. Don't get it unless you don't care about playing with the cards.
Right. And that's the part that sucks is they got my $40 because I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. I want to have this, but I'm not getting any more. I'm not specking on it. This is my money, $40 out.
You're not going deep.
No,
you're not going deep.
Not at all. One. Like, and maybe I don't even. No, I don't know. Fuck. It's so bad that maybe it goes up because no one buys it, and they're hoping to just buy these as singles because that's how bad.
Disagree.
It is. Yeah.
You're not. That's not going to happen either.
I know. Okay, so let's get away from the worst Secret Lair drop that has ever been.
Been created.
It's seriously no. I put zeros on everything. I was so pissed. Like these big pissed off zeros. I'm like, this is worth nothing. This is worth nothing. Like I'm just mad as I was doing it. Like, why did you do this, you assholes?
All right. All right. The next bit is going to be Death is Temporary, Metal is Forever.
All right.
There's a foil and non-foil edition, 40 and 30 respectively.
These are more fun.
This one has 5 cards in it. There is Sir Conrad the Grim, which is an uncommon but very heavily used and very good. Underworld Dreams is old school card. This art is fantastic, by the way. It's crazy metal. And so, but Underworld Dreams is now an uncommon, but this art is crazy good. Then you have Waste Not, which is an amazing card, especially in wheel decks or anything that's forcing your opponents to discard cards. Wheel of Misfortune works with Waste Not. It's, the reprintable Wheel of Fortune. It is good.
And
it's
what
fun.
It works best with is
Nekosar, the Mind Razor.
Oh man, that is so sexy. And now I want to redo my Nekosar deck because I love this art. This looks
this is the art to switch to. It looks freaking metal as effing whatever. And this is a good one. This is the only one I will likely buy.
Yeah. So as for non-foils, you get to a value of about 40. But then if you take away your if you're selling it and everything like that, so you take away your taxes or the commit what eBay takes or TCG, their cut, and then your shipping, you're only like $1 up, and that doesn't include the buy. Like there's no breakpoint there. I could see it being a little higher even with the non-foils with Nekosar, but I priced it at $10. But the foils on the other hand, I think Nekosar could reach over 20, that could reach probably around $30 compared to the Nekosar that's foil is, 27. So the breakpoint on that is breakpoint 3 because the value in foil is 92 minus fees and everything is 70. So you buy 3 of these, you get your 1 free and you're already over. You're starting to make money after you get 3 of them. So this is actually a pretty good one. Breakpoint 3 is that's your good range. If you get breakpoint 3, breakpoint 2, and I guess we should always explain that because we do get new people that jump in here. When we talk about breakpoint stuff, what it means is how we always want to do it is you want to keep one for yourself. Like you could just do all you're selling it and all that stuff, but you want to keep one for yourself. So how many do you need to buy before you start getting one for free and making money? You could make money right away by just selling it and never keeping any of it. What we're trying to say is you want to keep it for your collection. And so if you buy 3 of these, you'll sell 2 of them and it will pay for all 3 of those. You'll get your 1 free. So that's where this one's at. I like this one a lot. Obviously, a lot better than the Lord of the Rings one because that was just
right. You haven't cussed more than once, so we're doing all right here.
That was hot garbage. All right, let's
next one is going to be Goblins and Squabblin. There's a foil and non-foil edition, and all right, 5 cards in this one. You start off with Goblin Lackey. Dope. I like that one. That's great card.
I have to laugh really quick. I'm interrupting you. Jeff H. He said, new people in here. Pretty sure it's the same 4 dudes every week. No, I'm just saying the secret layers end up getting more views, and it's not the people that are on the live stuff. It's the later. You have a point, and you are correct, buddy.
It's a sausage party.
Yeah.
Every week. All right.
Sorry. Keep it going. Where
we have
Goblin Matron.
Next one. So Goblin Lackey into Goblin Matron, which is great for Goblin decks. This is solid. If you have a Goblin deck, you get this for sure.
Yes.
Next one is Goblin Recruiter, another Goblin type tutor like Matron. Then you have Maxis, which is one of the Muxus. Is
that you, isn't it?
One.
She can't even read.
That's for me. That's for me. You're right. It's a Goblin Grenade.
I don't know. Yeah, I wrote that one down.
For me.
I can't even read.
Grenade.
And then also Shattergang Bros, which is dope. I love that deck, but they're not a Goblin deck, so I don't know why that's there, but I like it. I like this one. If you have a Goblin deck, you get this one.
Yeah, it's and it has that I don't think it's the same artist, but I'm not positive. But is it the one that did the slime, the oozes, and all that stuff? So I like this little style, especially lately. I've been doing the proxies with the AI stuff and kind of doing similar type of art. So I'm actually really digging this, and it's full art and all that stuff. Anyway, so Breakpoint again. We go to non-foils. It's close. You know, you're at after fees and everything, you're at 35. So your breakpoint's really high, but it still could be worth it. They're really the Goblin Recruiter and Lackey are the only 2 like big hitters. But when you move over to the foil, again, we have a breakpoint of 3. I think it's a little bit higher. No, it's a little, just like a few dollars lower than the last one, but we get a total value after fees of $66. Things to note, Lackey only has 1 foil printing. Goblin Recruiter has no foil printings, and Muxus has no foil printings. So those are all just judging whenever we don't have a foil printing. I kind of started at about $20, and it depends how much it's used. Then if it could go higher or lower. If it doesn't get used a lot, then it's going to drop a little bit. So 20 is my starting point, and that's where I kind of put those. But yeah, so I mean, that's a pretty good one. If you like goblins, you have a goblin deck, I think it's a pretty decent one. You know, Breakpoint 3 is pretty good.
Not a bad one. All right.
You're not getting that
Next
one though?
one.
Is that the one that Ibukaki wanted? Was the goblin?
Yeah. I likely won't get that one. Next one is I've never built a goblin deck. And like it's so hard to get the tribal, even though I want to get all of the good tribal cards. But I don't. All right. Bad to the Bone. There's a foil and non-foil edition, $40 and $30 respectively. 5 cards in this one. And I don't even know why they didn't put 5 cards in the Lord of the Rings one. 5 bad cards. Would that make you even more mad?
Probably. Probably.
All right. First one is Bottomless Pit, which is good for discard decks.
I love
and
this
then
art,
you have,
by the way. The art and all these are freaking fantastic.
Wild. Yeah. A bunch of skeletons doing stuff.
It's so descriptive. I just love how
Necrotin Mists.
Those people that are listening on the audio version of the podcast are like, man, I can't wait to see that. A bunch of skeletons doing stuff.
stuff. It's very evil Knievel like.
Aku points out the flavor text is LOL. Oh yeah, look at it falls off. I didn't even notice that. Look at the bottomless pit. And the A falls
that's
off
dope.
the border. That's really good.
Necrogen Miss, which is another enchantment that is good for discard decks. Then you have a reassembling skeleton, which is Ghost Rider Incarnate.
It is totally. You're right.
And see, do you like that a little bit better description words?
Yeah, that was good.
Doing stuff as well.
Skeletons doing stuff. All right.
Picking on me.
You're late, so now I'm just picking on you. I'm just kidding.
That's true. But it's a good card to discard and then get it back into play.
I like it.
And then there is Tiny Bones
Finally.
Trinket Thief, which is a sweet reprint.
I get to own this finally.
Oh yeah, that's true, isn't it? And it's a great commander for discard decks, as in you're a jerk if you're just running it. And then you have, oh shit, I didn't see this one. Gaia Reach Sanitarium. It's one of my favorite lands.
It is one. You just mentioned it in the upgrades, the commander upgrade stuff.
Yeah, if I can add it in, I put it in. But it's draw a card, discard a card, everybody for land. That's I dig it. I freaking dig it. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah,
that's that.
Wow, actually. Every single non-foil, I'm just going to say this, I'm not even going to talk about non-foils throughout the rest. I should have noticed this before. All of them are breakpoint. Like there isn't a breakpoint. So we're only talking about, infinite breakpoint. So it just depends on if Tiny Bones non-foils get up there. Because that's your big card in this. That and the mists are actually a little bit higher. There's only one foil printing there. Bottomless Pit doesn't have a foil printing. And then Tiny Bones has the one printing, but no foils. This is the first time we're seeing foil for Tiny Bones. So the breakpoint in this, again, is 3. There's a lot of 3s. 3, 3, 3. But the total value after fees is 72. So this one so far is our highest valued drop that we have hit so far. So because
basically based off of Tiny Bones foil.
Yeah, but Necrogen Mists are also a $30 foil. So you got those two. Okay. Gaia Reach is $15. Reassembling Skeleton and Bottomless Pit are $10 each. So you get up there. This one's one of our higher ones. So this is on the fly because I forgot to mention this to you. At the end, we do need to do one spec. So keep that in mind when we're going through this of which one you want to pick.
Fantastic.
You're like, oh shit. All right.
All right. Next one is going to be Ryan Alexander Lee foil edition and non-foil edition, $40 and $30 respectively. This one also has 5 cards. It starts off with Nemesis of Reason, which is a dope milling card. Then you have Gaia's Blessing, which is a dope not getting milled card, I guess. Twilight Prophet, which is a big card for me. I love it, but it is oh wait, hold on. Oh, that's okay, not what I thought it was. This is a very good card and a very expensive card.
Yeah, the vampire.
Yeah, and then there's World Spine Worm, which is really cool art. I like this art version. And then you have the token. So there's not 5 cards. There's 4 cards and a token, which is disappointing and misleading. Wizards. I don't know how I feel about this because Twilight Prophet is a really good card.
I'll help you out. Twilight and World Spine are both $35+ cards in foil.
Woo! In foil
for both of those.
All right.
And then you add in Nemesis is at 15 tokens, 10 foil tokens, like the special ones. I've sold the Goblin ones from like the Valentine one, and they were selling for like $10 a piece. Surprisingly, because they're unique, whatever. But just in the Twilight and World Spine, you're sitting pretty right there. You're at 71. Then you add on all the other stuff. So also a breakpoint 3 for foils, but your value's at 77 after fees and everything. So this is our highest profit wise, including the token, which is kind of crazy. Looks like uncut.
Blushing.
Unsnipped is I think what you're referring to there, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, we just got to find a third uncut, and then we'd be good for the World Spider Worm.
So
Beat
yeah,
up.
this one has some pretty good. Like, I mean, you have two cards that are pretty high in. What did Jeff say? Secret Lair tokens can range from 5 to 15. Yep, that's exactly how I had it. So non-foils, excuse me, are at typically around $5, and then you can get higher. Like I said, the Goblin tokens I was selling for about $10 a piece with the foils. I will say the ones that I haven't sold were the Walking Dead zombie tokens. Those I still have the full set of those that I haven't sold anything from yet. So I don't know. We just need some zombie commander to come out. All right, so we move into.
I like this one. I like this one better. I thought this was the one that was the demon. Whenever you had a creature die, it comes like exile it, and you get a 1/1 version of it.
Oh, yep.
That's what I thought it was, because I just skipped right over it. But that one's good.
Yep, that's a good Twilight Prophet's really good. All right, we got two more left here.
All right, the next one we will be talking about is the Stars Gaze Back foil edition, non-foil edition, 40/30. This one has 4 cards only. Womp. But start off with these all should come with a
warning.
A warning.
That your flicker and like not flicker, but the light flickering warning kind of thing.
Right. Seizure. There we go.
There we go.
Yep. Took me a while to get there. Sorry. Flamekin Harbinger as your first one, which is an up and down card, but it's quite good. It's very good.
It's not worth anything though, but yeah, sure.
It was like a $9 card 2 years ago.
Not anymore.
So, but not anymore. No, it isn't. Then you have Omnath, Locus of Rage. He's so mad. I don't know. Yeah. This kind of art doesn't do it for me, but I'm sure it does for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Risen Reef, which is a great elemental card for sure. Getting a land or a draw, and then Voice of Resurgence,
which used
also
to be
a classic,
very good card, like expensive card. Not anymore.
And then it is no more. So, but otherwise, like, they're very usable cards in this one, but it's an elemental tribal deck.
A tab of acid is what Paul said. That's
true.
That's a good way to describe
I think.
it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I've never done it. Yeah.
I'll believe Paul.
Oh, there you go, accusing our listeners of doing drugs. Ted's like, please don't say about me doing drugs anymore. Now you've done it to Paul.
All right, we're just.
Well, let me tell you this. Breakpoint.
I just assume that most of the people that listen to us are on drugs at the same time too. So that's my assumption. I apologize.
The breakpoint here is infinity for both of them. They both don't hit anything. You get close, like non-foil is sub 30. You're at $25, and that's before fees and shipping. Your foil is at 50, and if you take fees and shipping, you're even. So this is, if you want it for your collection, sure, go for it. Cool. It's very different. Full art stuff that you got to be on drugs to enjoy. No, I'm just kidding. But it's not the greatest. So the breakpoint 0. So we have 2 of those so far, right? Well, absolute hot trash on the first one, and then this is our other one. Everything.
This is at least playable.
Yep. Then I'm going to get to the last one that is very interesting because this one I think
is it.
It is.
Is it interesting?
Well, because of how many they're doing here. Ted said, "You just said it again." He's not gonna. Don't tell your students, Ted, to listen to episode 279. Is that what we are on?
Skip that.
Yeah. Skip 279. Okay, so
if you know Ted, skip this episode.
All right, so we get into the last drop here, and it's just mountains. So it's 30 and 40. We don't really need to like go through each like thing, but here's the 10 of them. They got they're all numbered. You have the 1, 2, and it's goats. What is it called? It is featuring.
It's called the
Mountain
Mountain Goats.
Yep,
featuring the Mountain Goats. So I'm assuming this is the Billy Goat's Gruff.
I don't know.
Is that what this? I'm just
Well,
kidding.
Did you read it?
I'm trying to find all of the goats because I saw one, so I'm assuming they're
Oh.
in all 10 of these.
Is it like a Where's Waldo type thing?
Maybe I just the images aren't big enough because I'm an old man and I need my spectacles. The spec, yeah. All right. So the other thing that I'm wondering is what are all of these lands coming from? So right there, that one on the left, that's a Maze of Ith mountain.
Yeah.
So these all got hit by Blood Moon in my mind.
Oh, that's
So I think, so I'm trying to place where all the lands are because of definitely that. The second one, I think, might be like the red white giant land, but this also could be like Theros.
So
that one with the monolith there at the left.
Oh, right.
That one on the right side. Yeah. So that one looks like it's probably from Theros or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's like a Gruul land right there. The next one. That could be like, so I feel like a lot of these might be like Blood Moon hits because there's a Ixalan one at the end.
Ted just said mountain goats were indie darlings in the 2000s. I'm guessing the quotes are lyrics because it does have each one have a quote. He said they're in Lorwyn. So these are all Lorwyn stuff.
Are they? Okay. Okay.
But Maze of Ith.
Oh, because you got Goat Napper? Really? All right.
So
it just looks like Maze of Ith. It looks like it was hit by Blood Moon. Maybe I'm just making this shit up. Could be.
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm going to say is I think why I like this more than typical basic lands is a lot of times we get those basics where it's you still have the frame. These are full art. These are the or borderless, I guess.
Okay.
And so
borderless.
I dig that a lot more than just giving us mountains that have a border and, whatever. These are just cool, whatever. Like if they would have done the Bob Ross lands in this, like made borderless, it would have been a lot better. Bob Ross lands are still cool, but I think they would have sold a lot better if they were full art. So with these,
I also like this because you're getting 10 of them.
10.
And so you only need 2 to kind of fill out a whole mono red deck,
right?
In my opinion.
So but here's the thing with it is like, that's 10 of them. Okay.
They're in Lorwyn. Yeah.
Okay. There's 10 of them. And I've said in the past is like lands, like the special lands, typically for non-foils, you're looking at 5 and over time, they get up to 10. And for foils, if they're really nice, they go from 10 to about 20. So let's take that scenario here. You have 10 of them at $5 a piece for the non-foils. That gets you at 50. That's actually a pretty good break point. I think you're at a break point of like 4, maybe.
Okay.
Around there. But in foils, if they just are only at 10, which is I think the bottom of each of these, you're looking at a break point of 3, if not higher. If they get up to
what are the horoscope lands at?
Even
though they're less than a year old, that feels like what it'd be more comparable to, because the other ones, most of them are like a set of 5, one of each color.
Yeah.
Whereas this is a set of 10, and I don't know if that was 10 or not with the horoscope lands, but that feels like a fair comparison rather than like the Ice Age lands or the digital or synth waves or whatever. You know what I mean?
The horoscope, I don't think those went over as well. Like this has a little bit of a niche thing here going on. This definitely has that. Yeah, for sure. So I don't know. I'm drawn to this a little bit more than I normally would with lands. I'm not going super deep on this or anything like that. Probably just get the one still, but I feel like this has potential.
I mean, if I plan on using this for my mono red deck, I'd buy 2 to have 20 and then fill out the rest. That's
so what you're saying
likely
is
what I would
do that for my Magda deck. You didn't see any of the comments there because they just went. There were 2 big comments, but Jeff wrote, "The thing I like about this is my Titania whatever deck has all forest. And the set has 2 forests per drop, so hard to buy them mostly as singles. Paul
Right.
wrote, if they're not things getting hit by Blood Moon, that would be an awesome idea. Yeah, it would be. If it was all blood. I like that idea though. If it was all
Things getting hit by Blood Moon. That's
Yeah.
just what I thought. I don't remember anything labyrinth wise in Lorwyn.
Now we're gonna do some research after this. No, I'm just kidding.
They have. I don't know if I care about that.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think I care about that.
All right. So that seems like an interesting thing. One thing I want to note is they did a little different thing with this. Is every $200 you spend, you get 2 the Brothers War collector boosters for every $200. So if you spend $200, you get 2 of them. You spend $400, you get 4 of them. So they must have had a lot of extra collector boosters from the Brothers War, and they're adding that to the Secret Lair drops. So
Yeah, maybe.
that's and now it says orders over 75 include free shipping, so not 100 anymore.
Not 100.
All
right.
And then we have the bundles. So we have 3 bundles. You have you have that one that I talked about earlier. That's not really a bundle, but the everything bundle, which is foil, non-foil, for $489. Then you have the foils, which is $279, and then the non-foils, which is $209. I didn't break those down because they're really not discounting you. What they're doing in this one is giving you packs of collector boosters as their discount. So
Yep.
that's where
I'd rather have discounts. Yes, I
Right.
agree, Aku.
Yep. Right. Yep. So that was a pretty fast. We got through that pretty quick. I mean, we went
Look at
right
us.
into Secret Lair drop. We didn't lollygag at all. There was no gagging
This
or
might be
lollying.
an hour. An
I
hour
know.
is what we normally aim for.
When we for the longest time.
That's the hope
An
and
hour
the dream. It hasn't been that way we haven't hit an hour in years.
Don't speak too soon. We still have staple verses.
You're right. We might not hit an hour still, but it's going to be a lot closer than 2.
Shit, we aren't done
Good
yet
for us.
because
What do
we
you
do.
mean?
Well,
Oh, we got a 1 spec it.
yeah. Let's do the Gandalf one.
In the common tongue, it says one
Spec.
to rule them all, one
Spec.
to fight them, one
Spec.
to bring them all, and in the darkness find them.
All right, where you at? What if you could only choose one of these drops? You're going deep on this, not for collection wise. You're trying to make some money. You're trying to pay your house off and put all your money on one thing. Not that we're saying anybody do that.
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
But what one drop would you drop it all on? Put all the marbles, no whammy, stop.
I would
Lord-
go with the
the
one
Lord of the
that
Rings.
is
I go with the Lord of the
World Spine
Rings. Go with the Lord of the Rings drop. That's what I'm going.
the one
with.
with World Spine Worm and the Vampire. Like
That's
those
a
2 are
pretty good one.
solid cards.
That's probably
Because
where I would have gone if you didn't pick. Because
here's the thing is like normally
let me pull that one up just so people can see
Okay,
what we're talking
all
about.
right. I don't necessarily care about the World Spine Worm. I just know that's kind of like a further out, like it's not just a commander thing. But the Vampire is a commander thing.
Yeah.
And it's not one that I would buy as a single because it's not like cheap. It's like a $20 card plus.
Yep.
And that just makes it a great deal. Whenever there's those bigger cards where I'm like, ooh, I would not buy that normally. Like all the ones in like the Nekasar one, like I either have or could have, like I won't be worried about getting it, right?
Yeah.
Like if I was going to build a discard deck, I could get stuff from there. Like everything else is not something where I'd worry about just picking up a single pretty easy, but that one pulls me in with the Twilight Prophet.
Yep.
But I mean,
I would agree. You have 2 cards
yeah,
that make up for that whole drop. Like there's $70+ in just these 2, the Twilight and the Worm.
yeah.
So I would agree with that. But I will pick a different one just to be different. What do I want to pick? where are my two? You know, I would actually probably go with the Nekasar one as my. The one you picked would probably be my number one. But the Nekasar one, let me go back up to that one. The Nekasar one has 3 cards that are 20 plus. So that's kind of a nice thing. You're not just banking on one thing, like one card to make all your money. Like if that doesn't hit, you're kind of screwed. I like having 2 or 3, but so I don't have anything that's over 30, but you do have Waste Not, which is it's a $25 card. You have Wheel of Misfortune, which is about 20. And then Nekasar himself, he could be higher than 27, but he could reach 30, 40, because he's a commander that's used a lot.
This is kind of the first time where they went heavy on commander themes within the product, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this one is a Nekasar deck. You would buy this if you have a Nekasar
all
deck,
these cards
a Goblin
in the
deck,
Nekasar,
or a discard deck, or or like an elemental deck. Like that's what they're running with here. And so like sadly, this is how I would have envisioned them doing it for a while.
Right.
But sadly, I don't think they did a very good job of it.
Of this drop, you're saying? Of the...
Right. Well, but like, it's kind of like goblins and elementals are more like tribe or typal is what they're calling it now.
Oh, yeah.
I only half saw the conversation, but makes sense to me. And so, but they're typal cards, and those don't affect a lot of different decks, right? To whereas like the Twilight Prophet can go in a bunch of different decks. So that's a lot more intriguing to buy. It's like, I don't have an Nekasar deck. I'll buy that because it looks rad, but I'm probably never going to build a Nekasar deck because a ton of people have it. You have it. And so with it in our play group, I'm going to avoid building it.
The 90s called, they want your rad comment back.
You're right.
Or the Ninja Turtles do. One of the two. Maybe Bart. Something,
Yeah.
Cowabunga.
So I don't know if this is going to work out for them as they hoped, but they might have picked out fairly popular themes.
Mm-hmm.
And so it might be more than I'm thinking as well. Because Nekasar is super popular. Goblins are super popular. Elementals are a thing. And so that all makes sense to me too. So we'll see where it is. It'll be interesting because it's not pulling me to buy a ton. Because the next thing that we should probably do is we talk about what we will be getting. So
Yes.
I'll probably be getting the Nekasar one.
That's a good point.
I'll probably be getting the World Spine one. And then I'll probably go in with Hockey, and he'll get the Goblin one. And that'll be that.
Collector wise, I want even the Garbage Lord of the Rings one, just because it's I'll probably get one of each, but for spec wise, I think I would.
Do you want them all?
Yeah, I mean that's what Secret Lairs are they've been my jam now. I don't really buy singles of Lord of the Rings set. That's the first set where I'm like deep buying everything. But the past few sets, I can't even remember that it's special sets. I think Modern Horizons 2 is when I went deeper on that. It's not like when we do our battle boxes for the sets.
Yep.
And that's what I normally get my stuff. And then I'll buy singles here and there. So Secret Lair has always been that's what I buy and sell the most of. So collection wise, I do want a lot of these, if not all of them. Spec wise, I think if I had to choose, it'd be the one that you were talking about, the Artist Series Ryan Lee.
Well, but I mean, like, what are you going to buy? Like, do you even care about speccing on this one?
That's what I don't know. And that's the thing is I have this available hit the good for you, but I have dollar to duel stuff that I built up from selling from the last Secret Lair drop. I have
you're right.
Oh, good for you.
I have like $200 to spend on one of my dollar to duels. So something that I bought a spec I bought for $1 is now up to $200 of cash sitting there. And normally I just put it, now I'm at a point where I just put it into Secret Lairs and then I sell them and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I don't know if I want to spend it on this. Like, am I going to get my money back? That's my biggest thing, is am I going to make my money back and more?
Lord of the Rings.
Shut your mouth.
Lord of the Rings.
That's what I was hoping for.
That's what you're hoping for.
Happen. So there's maybe 3 of them. If I had to spec on them, it's the one that I chose, the one that you chose, and not the Goblin. The Goblin does have 3 cards that are 20 or higher. The Bones one has 2 cards that are $30 or higher. I might just do the 2.
But not like $200 worth.
No, I know. It's
me.
It's 100. It's over 100.
You're just trying to push this beyond an hour.
I
Come
know.
on. Stop wasting our time. Stop wasting time.
It feels weird if we're under an hour. It's like, that's not a real podcast.
This is short.
I'm at this point that it's we got to be a lot higher than that. All right.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to see if there's anybody get them. Yep. Keep them. Wrench, I said, honestly wouldn't spec on any of these. Get them for your collection and keep them there. That's probably the right move. It just sucks that I got to wait 2 months now for the next one. But whatever. So that was Secret Lair.
It's a secret.
I'm gonna go get another beer.
Oh, you got to get a beer. Go ahead. You got it. All right. So we'll get this set up with, I got to get the poll all set up. We got this going here, and I will play a button so that hopefully by the time Larry gets back, it's done. Oh no, because I can't play the whole thing or it'll get hit.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
All right. So we've been doing it for weeks. We have the vehicle tournament. We came down to our final 2. We had unlicensed hearse going against Shorekai Genesis Engine. They made some, that was the number 1 going against, I got to look and see what was the rating of Shorekai. I think it was 6.
Like a 5th or 6th?
6. So number 1 pick going against number 6 pick. So number 6 really just crushed its way through to the finals. Wow. Where do you think, who won this? Do we have our graveyard removal-ish card that gets bigger, or do we have our commander, our vehicle commander that took out everything? The Cinderella story.
I would probably, my guess, I don't know. Because the commander thing, as the commander, Shorekai is sweet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm going to put it in the 99, probably not.
It has to go in blue and black or blue and white decks, whereas
Right.
unlicensed hearse can go in anything.
I don't know if I'm like terribly. Oh, I might have fizzed that up. All right. I don't know. I'm going to go Shorekai winning, but I'd probably more likely play hearse.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Aku, you have a Shorekai deck.
Yeah.
So clearly you're biased.
Yeah.
Clearly.
If you have a commander, if this is your commander.
Oh, I guess it wasn't the deck. It was the Espergal.
Oh.
But he was running this and it was going well in a vehicle deck. So I just I think it does work. But at 4 mana, if you don't have like an untapper in there, it might not be good enough because the crew aid is rough.
Well, so
But,
did you see Jeff said Shorekai on the name recognition alone? Well, Smuggler's Copter was against Shorekai, and that should be name recognition, and it took that down with 69% of the vote. So I don't know if name recognition is the thing here or not, but
I think it's the commander aspect that's going to really throw this. I'm going to say Hearst wins, but I think it's close. I think it's really close.
Do you have foam on your beard?
I do. It's aggressively poured.
All right. Okay. So I did break this one down. I didn't do Twitter voting. Fuck Twitter because no one votes. We got a 0 vote last week. So I just gave them the middle finger at that point. But Discord voted, and Discord voted 65% for unlicensed hearse. Now
Okay.
Yep. So Discord,
All
they chose the number 1 seed. YouTube's, now this is where we get a majority of our votes, but was it more than Discord? We'll see. But YouTube's gave 75% to unlicensed. Nope. Shorakai. So
What?
75% of the votes went to Shorakai.
Wild. Okay.
So
All right. So that's pretty close.
the overall total went to Shorakai at 65%. You win your first tournament, Lowry. Huzzah! Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Thank you, YouTube. I appreciate you. Oh my gosh.
Well, are you gonna
Because normally
are
when
you
the
gonna flick
Discord
the
turns
Discord?
against me, it's not good.
Are you gonna flick
not
off the
good.
Discord and tell them to fuck off?
I
because
would
they
never
didn't-
do that. I think they're highly intelligent people. I love them all.
Discord, you are
And,
very smart. You chose wisely. I appreciate all your votes. It's dumbass YouTube at this point. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you know what this means? I get first pick next turn.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's what that means for me.
That's what I was just about to say. So now, because Lowry won his first tournament ever, he gets first pick
Go.
at our next tournament. So we'll get the number 1 finally went down.
There we go.
All right. So that
Thank you, Renchai.
is- yeah, whatever. Get out of here. Oh, did I? Oh shit. I don't think I loaded the. No, I didn't load the next thing in. Give me just a second. I can load it really quick. Why don't you talk about your win and how fun it was and amazing that was? I put you on the spot.
The win? The win?
I got to get our stump.
I think I've already
our staple
I've
verses.
done all my thought. I've spent my thought.
Well, I'm trying to
my
make
load.
you tap dance. Can you tap dance for a second?
I mean, that's what I'm doing right now, right? And you're just keep on involving yourself. I don't know why.
All right, there. God. Thanks for the help there, Lowry. You tap dance.
What
expert.
you got there? It's fine.
Hang on, let me get to the.
I'm gonna edit that out of the audio.
Oh shit!
Then it's fine.
We haven't
Just
done staple
the
verses. in a
silence
long
you
time.
hear is Lambeau Field.
Where there it is.
Round 1.
Excuse me, I believe you have my stapler.
Fight.
Staple versus. What was all that? What was that? Mumbo jumbo. you got a little something right there.
I do.
It's like you've taken a couple Malort shots. You're getting goofy. Get all that up. All right, what do we got, Larry? We have staple verses. You have one card to choose here. You can only put we have one spot left in this deck that we are making. We're assuming both the deck is, well, in this case, it doesn't matter because they're lands. But normally when we have a color and stuff like that, you can do that.
So technically, this can be in any colored variation, but let's pick uncolored decks for what you would put in your deck. What do you mean?
Cheater. No, it is any color. It can be anywhere.
Any
this
color,
is all
any
over the
deck.
place. Yeah, any
What
deck.
would
for
you
this one.
rather put in your deck?
What do you have,
And I think there's a clear. I have Ancient Tomb, which is a land that comes into play for free, and
Well,
and
mine does too.
stop trying to interrupt me. You can do your card later. Okay. So this is a land, Ancient Tomb.
Comes
a
into
land.
play for free.
Look, I don't try and steal my bits here. It's just it comes into play like a normal land. Why are you trying to make it more than it is? It's just a land, comes into play like normal, and then it taps for 2
It also
colorless
taps.
mana, and it does 2 damage to you
Oh,
when
ow!
what?
2 damage. 2.
That's what is
2.
2? You got
2.
a number 2.
Hey, I got rid of that button because he's never on
all right.
anymore.
This is basically
He doesn't
this
even
is
listen to us anymore.
comparison wise. This is like Mana Crypt, which is quite a good card.
Yeah.
Right. We
Well,
all know
you're
that.
flipping a coin
It
where
comes
half
in
the
for
time,
free.
half the time you're not taking damage. You're taking damage every time you tap it, right?
No,
I mean,
whenever
every time
tap
you use it for the two colors.
colorless,
Yes,
right?
I know.
Which is
Shit,
different
I
than
made
your
point.
fucking card.
I know. I made the point
Right?
for you. I
How
didn't
about you
want to
get
make
to your
the
card?
point for
How
you.
about you get to your card?
Shit, I made the point for you.
Okay, basically, Ancient Tomb is a ramp card. It's not a fixer. It's just a land, but it's a ramp land, and one of the only lands that actually ramp you. There are a handful others, but they're fucking broken. You're talking about like Guy's Cradle.
Okay, we're not
You're
talking about those. We're talking about my card now. We have it. We explain the card. We're explaining cards.
Okay,
We're
okay.
explaining
You do
cards.
your thing. What is City of Ass?
Oh, that's
What is
not
that?
the card. That's a un card. That's not this card. Sorry.
It is.
You're getting wrong cards there. City of Brass is a land that comes in for free.
Yeah, you are stealing my bits. All right, come out with something else.
You don't get taxed when it comes into play. You can tap it right away to give you any color mana. Any color.
Oh, it's a land with haste.
Yes. Damn it! That was a good one. You are witty,
I missed
sir.
it too. I missed it too.
Damn it, that was a good one. That was good. My wife was right about you. She is like, Larry, you two have those witty little comebacks. Like when I was Gandalf last week, that was she loved that bit where I was just like, "You shut up, Hassan." And the commander's position, you're like, Gandalf talks too. He doesn't always yell. Anyways, all right. So yes, it is a land that has haste.
But
all right. Okay.
What does it do?
You can tap it to give you any color mana, but when it becomes tapped, you take 1 damage. So half the damage you're taking, and it gives you Birds of Paradise. It gives you any color mana, right? So do you like, wait, really quick. What is the problem with Delighted Halfling? You don't like it because it does what? It gives you a colorless, right? We have had this discussion. You think Birds of Paradise is better than Delighted Halfling because even though Delighted Halfling gives you the uncounterable thing, it's giving you colorless, but you still think Birds of Paradise is better. We've had this talk.
Right,
this is that.
Right. And they're different things. No, it's not. This is that. It's not the same conversation.
It is.
Okay, I do want to go over to Jeff's comment of Guy's Cradle is better than this. Yes, but every land that actually gives you ramp is an amazing card, and Ancient Tomb is in that conversation. It's in that list of lands that give you ramp. Whereas City of Brass is one of the best fixing lands for sure. It's up there. It's a fixer versus a ramp card, which are the two differences.
Do you use, so here's where I'll give you.
Ancient Tomb? Yes.
Ancient Tomb is in like 1 to 2 color decks. You start getting into 3, 4, 5 in color decks that you'd much rather have City of Brass. You want a mana fix. That's the point. You run out of choices to you need to have things that can fix what you're doing. If you're getting to 3, 4, 5, which by the way, of the top 20 commanders, top 20 commanders, I should say the top 5 are all 3+ colors. The top 1 is Atraxa. You're not using Atraxa with Ancient Tomb. You're using City of Brass because you are mana fixing. You have let me see.
I would say that you are half right and half wrong.
Dragon.
You would
Kenrith, Ishin, Edgar, all in the top 10. Those you would all use City of Brass. Then you have Miriam, Korvold, Go Shintai, Kalia, Muldrotha, and Asika. I always say her name fucking wrong. They're all whatever. Asika? Even when I was doing the Secret Lair drop thing, I was like, Asika.
I'll hit the button later. That's fine. Here, I get what you're saying. So like 5 color decks, it's City of Brass. I will give you that it is a good budget option it's a budget option. And it might be like what, $5-10 at this point.
I guess
but it's a budget option to duels, fetches, shocks, triomes. Like to having a good mana base, and you're just kind of cheating or skating by with City of Brass in a like I can see you doing like 5 color going with City of Brass, and that's fine. Like, I'm not going to fault you for it, but I don't think it's ever the optimal play. I don't think it's ever the optimal card to be using.
Why? Because it has haste. It has
because
haste.
if you have an optimal like land base, you're going to be hitting your colors.
It's funny.
And so City of Brass doesn't fit there.
It's funny you do Ancient Tomb. You say you use it in a lot of decks, but your decks are normally like 3, 4, and 5 color decks. Why would you be playing Ancient Tomb?
No, not 5. Not 5 or 4.
Don't
it's
you have
normally 3.
Kenrith?
I can totally agree.
Don't you?
I can totally agree that I play a lot of 3 color decks. Probably 90% of my decks are 3 colors.
But you have a Kenrith
City of Brass
deck, right?
is not in a single deck. It's not in a single deck.
Well, then I would just
what are
say
you saying?
build a better deck. I would just say build a better deck. Damn it! I wish I had the button ready.
That's why you try and go after me.
I didn't have the button at all
Ancient
ready.
Tomb goes in every 1 and 2 color deck without a question. It goes in every 1 and 2 color deck.
That's exactly what I wrote down. I said
right.
A City of Brass does not go in a 1 color deck because that'd be stupid, and it doesn't go. You shouldn't put it in a 2 color deck. That would be kind of dumb as well.
Right.
But 3+, which is what you play.
No, not 3. Again,
3+.
not 3. I don't go 3+. I am a 3 color deck player.
But
and Ancient Tomb or
what you're also doing
City of
is,
Brass and Ancient Tomb do not fit in 3 color. They're not good. Neither of them fit.
Okay, here's the thing.
City of Brass is not good enough. And Ancient Tomb shouldn't really be there unless you're really into 2 colors and then a splash of a 3rd.
What you're also assuming is that everybody has fetches and has the money that you have to have fetches and duels and all that stuff.
Right. That's why I said
And
City of Brass is a great budget option.
Which is why it's in so many freaking decks, because it's a card that you should, like, it goes with command. Do you not play Command Tower then? Because, I mean, do you skip on Command Tower? Because this is like that. Is Command Tower in your decks?
But like it, but not.
Is it in your decks?
Can you give me an example of what Ancient Tomb is doing? Is there anything comparable to it?
What do you mean?
That's what I'm saying. I like Gaia's Cradle is much better. It's crazy good. And so you're like, Temple of the False God isn't even a good card.
Well,
but that's the only comparable thing.
I would get better ramp, but what I'm saying is, do you put Command Tower in your decks?
Right, I do.
Okay. This is Command Tower with just a little ping. You're taking 1 damage.
No. Because here's the difference between these two as well. Is if Chromatic Lantern, which is a heavily played card, I can tap Ancient Tomb for no damage.
Sure.
Can you tap City of Brass for?
No, that is one of the
damage.
That is the
still,
point
right?
at the beginning that we talked about.
You still take. Yeah,
we've already gone over that. We've already gone over that.
No. We should specify what's going on. So whenever
that.
City of Brass becomes tapped, you take the damage. It does not matter about if you're using the mana color ability.
Oh, so you're gonna.
The only way to stop this is blood moon the shit out of it, and then it doesn't matter.
So you're gonna skip your ramp, is what you're saying? Then your ramp doesn't matter, and then it's. Then
My
it's
ramp
just
definitely
one
matters.
No, but what you're saying is then you're tapping it for other color, which that's what already City of Brass does. So you're using another card to make Ancient Tomb better, so then you also don't take the damage, but then it's doing what City of Brass does, right?
I mean, you're making a good point. More than likely, you're not having a Chromatic Lantern in a deck with Ancient Tomb necessarily, like in a general sense. And you're gonna need Chromatic Lantern in those 4 and 5 color decks, and City of Brass just doesn't cut it. I'd rather have Chromatic, like I'd rather have almost everything that we're going to use that works with City of Brass or not. I'd rather have just that card. To whereas like there's nothing comparable to Ancient Tomb when it comes to ramping as a land. It's either really, really good or just a normal land. How much is
Ancient Tomb running? Like, what is the price of Ancient Tomb?
Oh, I don't know. After the reprint, I am unsure of what's going on.
You might be able to get that pretty cheap, actually.
Is it down there now after the Balin's Tomb?
Yeah, I mean,
reprint?
That's the thing. That's for Friday. We'll go over that stuff with
What is it at?
I actually don't know. I did pull that up as the art, and then I was like, nope, I'm gonna give you the old school art.
It's gotten up to like $80. I know that for sure. I just don't know what happens after the reprints and stuff like that, but it almost always recovers. How does City of Brass do?
That's the thing is my card gets played by more people because most of our listeners can afford this. Whereas yours, you're eliminating.
Are you putting the price down? Is that what we're doing here?
Yes, that's what I'm doing. Because you are Mr. Fancy hoity-toity.
What is this, an Eat the Rich segment? Come on.
A ballot. Oh, version is 50 to 60 now. That's what Jeff is saying. So yours is 50 to 60. Mine's 5. Do I want to spend 50 or $60?
How many?
Or do I want to spend 5 and put this into my deck?
Right. How many? Hold on. How many decks are City of Brass in?
I don't know. It's a lot. It's 224,000 EDH rec decks.
All right. And I will talk about the only comparable but clearly worse card of Temple of the False God, which needs 4 other lands in play to make you any sort of mana, and then has 277,000 decks in it.
Sure.
And we know that Ancient Tomb is just clearly better, right?
Is it?
Are you willing to at least admit that?
Is it?
You sack of. It's clearly. I would not. Are we going to say that Temple of the False God is better than City of Brass? No, we're not going to say that. It has more cards than EDH Rec.
It shouldn't matter for you. Temple should be better for you because you have 5 lands by turn 2. Like that's child's play for you. Like you should be playing that card over this card because you always have more land than that.
No, that's not how that works. The thing is that EDH Rec numbers mean little to nil when talking about comparable cards. And I would say these two are fairly comparable. Just depends on where you're playing. Are you playing in 4 and 5 color decks, or are you playing in 1 and 2 color decks? And I think if you're playing in the 1 and 2 color deck range, Ancient Tomb is going to be a lot better for you.
Yeah, I play that a lot, and I don't put that in my deck a lot.
Right. You've been wrong for a really long time.
No, I have better ramp than spending $50 to $60 on Ancient Tomb because I clearly don't own it.
No, you do now.
I've had it. Oh, good for you. Hit the button, please. Hit the button.
All right.
You know where it is.
I'll do this.
Story, bro.
We can do
That's
that
not the right one.
Good for you.
Just kidding. I have like 6 of them. So yeah, good for me too.
Good for you.
We done? I think we're good.
Did you see Jeff's comment? He said, so Lowry's argument is that the more decks a card is in, the more likely bad players are playing that card. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, guys.
I like that logic.
You guys can vote for this. This is taking over the tournament spot. So if you're on YouTube's, check out the community tab, click on that, and you can vote there. We will also put this up on the Discord. Fuck you, Twitter. It is not on there. So if you're wanting to interact, just subscribe to YouTube because that's how you can do the voting and everything. And we will announce the winners on Friday because you only got a couple days to vote. So this will go up right away tomorrow. So even before the audio people see it, you visual people can get it earlier. So, all right, guys. That should do it for this week. We will catch you guys on Friday, like I mentioned. I think that's when you say thanks for listening, right?
Thanks for listening. It
See
looks
ya.
like you're looking for like a button.
Yeah, it was.
Bye.
Second.
I love
It was called tap dancing. I was practicing from earlier. Just staring at you, going, "What do you want me to do?"
Where do I put my hands?
I love boobs.
Ciao. Shortest